Breaking news in the world of Scoutery. If you're a Boy Scout, you are a Boy Scout no longer. They have a new name, and it is Scouts BSA. No longer Boy Scouts, catering essentially just to boys. The announcement says Boy Scouts of America launches historic Scout Me In campaign and unveils the new name for its iconic program for older boys and girls. There is criticism of this, getting rid of the boys in Boy Scouts and letting girls participate. Somebody said, the war on masculinity has claimed another victim. The Boy Scouts are dead after 108 years because they believe men are evil and manhood is a mental disorder. Hashtag Scouts BSA. This is from the men's rights world out there that pretends they're for men's rights, but essentially just want to complain in this exact way. So thoughts, 5 words or less.
Oh boy.
Adapt or die.
Great. Boy Scout cookies too.
Failing Boy Scouts change name. So it's no longer the Boy Scouts.
Scouts BS.
In what way do you...
Humble is right.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to cut you off,
Go
but like
for it.
adapt or die. We've covered Boy Scouts of America stories before on this channel with regards to how enrollment was dropping and how they were going to incorporate girls maybe were interested in joining. And then we had Darren on the panel who was in the Girl Scouts who could confirm through her experience that the Girl Scouts of America is not the same sort of curriculum as the Boy Scouts of America. They offer two different things. So there were some girls that were like, I'm more interested in the science and adventure and the outdoor stuff. And the Girl Scouts offer something different that other girls or boys might be interested in joining. So now the Boy Scouts of America are just trying to survive, and kids are not as interested in joining the Scout program anymore. I know this also from experience because my brother was an Eagle Scout and he was one of 3. And his troop did not begin as 3. It started as like 40 something. And
You don't understand, Grace, how difficult it is to become an Eagle Scout. The way you have to kill at least 2 people in your scout group.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You have to kill them with your hands.
Yes, Brett.
Look,
And you have to master human flight.
With a spoon.
You have to use, you won't just get a spoon, Grace.
I know. I'm very proud of my brother.
Doesn't this whole, I mean, the whole Boy Scouts, Girl Scout thing seems so antiquated to me, to be honest, to be brutally honest. And yeah, you are right. We have covered this ad nauseum here with you know, all the scandal. But what is even more frustrating is how the conversation is being had by the adults. But what about what the kids want? You know, why are we not leaning on what the kids want in this situation? Look, if a girl wants to go be part of the Boy Scouts, good for her. If a man wants to be part of the Girl Scouts, or a boy, I'm sorry, good for him as well. And when you read these comments and these tweets, it's all these parents are saying, there's still a masculinity from our children. Well, I thought, you know, a father's job was to teach his son how to be a man, not the Boy Scouts.
What are the things like be kind, be courteous, be kind, be trustworthy,
Morally
loyal,
straight.
like all these things are like the mantra of the Boy Scouts. I remember from, you know, sitting in the back of my brother's Boy Scouts meeting. That's not just a manly trait. That goes across all gender barriers. So I don't understand why it's not that serious. It's not that serious. It's just Scouts.
Yes.
Just let them be Scouts.
Also, it's still gonna be, there's gonna be boys and boy troops and girls and girls troops. Just so you know how it breaks down, there's the Cub Scouts, which are the younger Scouts. I love the word scout. It's such a weird word.
They're so cute.
Like scout. It just stops meaning
Mockingbird.
it. So yeah, exactly. Good literary reference,
thank
Harper
you.
Lee over there. They have the Cub Scouts is going to be before they're 11. I think it's going to be boys and girls mixed together. But once you get to 11 and your hormones start raging, they are going to separate it. I just don't see how the Boy Scouts could ever, or the Scouts BSA could ever be better than the Girl Scouts without cookies.
I mean, maybe they'll start incorporating them.
They'll have like Boy Scout granola.
What do the Boy Scouts do? They do popcorn, right? Like that's what they sell. They sell popcorn.
It's so transparent. They're popcorn. It's like, all right, we get it.
Maybe that's what this is. You know how like Facebook bought Instagram because Instagram was like a threat to Facebook?
Yep.
Maybe the Boy Scouts have seen that, like, oh, look at these Girl Scouts all hanging out these dispensaries selling these cookies.
Yeah.
We need to get in on this.
It's true. They do.
So they're like, look, if we start getting some female representation, and we create our own woman cookie, which is a step up from the Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
We can get in on some of this.
Woman Scouts.
Lady
Because we
cookies.
think of you. Why do they
Lady
do
cookies
that?
sounds dirty.
I don't have like a dispensary card, but like I see the Girl Scouts outside of like
Dude, they're
Gelson's.
they
and I'm
go
like,
hard,
now I'm just gonna be
Brett.
like, you guys need to go down, find a green light outside a window.
Yeah, find a green
Post up
cross.
there.
Yeah.
You will be fine. You'll do way better.
They don't care. I was at Gelson's, and this little girl and her mom were just, you know, zero chill, unrelenting. We're like, you need to buy. And they had Samoas, Thin Mints, trefoils, everything. And they were looking at me like, you are gonna buy these cookies, man.
Right.
And that was the little girl, not the mom. The
They
mom was
probably
sitting for
muscled out the
reinforcement.
Boy Scouts
teach
to
'em.
hit them. So
There's no, so here's some statistics on like membership to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. The Boy Scouts have lost 2/3 of their annual membership since the peak in the 70s, granted, but it's down 2/3, some 4 million boys. The Girl Scouts say they have about 1.76 million girls and more than 780,000 adult members, down from just over 2 million youth members. So they lost about 300,000, 250,000 overall girls, and then 20,000 adult members.
I mean, I think that that's what's sort of missing when people get upset at this, is that it's not a decision because they're trying to push some sort of a narrative. It's a business decision because they're losing members, and they think that they can include some people by just saying that they're scouts now,
that was the
and
drama
opening
before,
enrollment to
though.
more people.
That was the drama before. That was why the Girl Scouts felt that this was undermining their whole initiative, because the Boy Scouts, it was a bottom line thing. But also, furthermore, kids just aren't interested anymore in stuff like this. When I was growing up, we had summer rec. You went and hung out with everyone. You went swimming on Wednesdays, you play basketball. And now kids want to stay at home and be on Instagram and be on Snapchat and be online versus getting out and doing stuff.
Yeah, maybe instead of like being mad on Twitter about this, enroll your kid in the Scouts. And this wouldn't happen.
And I think a lot of these guys, these specific individuals, you know, with their blue check marks making these statements, I think they don't even believe the criticisms. A little bit of a Bill O'Reilly thing going on where it's like, I know how to tap into people, because what this is really just tapping into is people's nostalgia. Everybody always believes that the best days are behind us. And you know, when I was a kid, this is how, and it's Boy Scouts, it's hip hop, it's everything. Everybody always starts to believe, everybody is forgetting what it means like to be a man. Everyone's forgetting what it means like to work hard.
Would you do the Boy Scouts? Did they have it in Toronto?
That would make me nervous. It sounds like a room full of white kids that would just pick on me.
There's so many white kids.
I didn't grow up in a very white neighborhood, so when I saw large groups of predominant white kids, it just brings back PTSD of like.
Shut up.
Like, all the stuff. That's funny. All the stuff that they teach you is like how to tie knots. Like, is that? It is super white. It's just like how to camp.
Lesbian 101, how to camp. Like that's why I went to all my brother's Boy Scout meetings, because I was like taking notes. I was like, this will be good for dates. Just writing down how to pitch a tent in Joshua Tree. Like that's what it is.
I do think there's
Just strict
total
Subaru
value
mechanic.
and merit in I'm sorry, I'm looking at the timer. It was like, why is Jason looking at the timer? There's value and merit in extracurricular activities and in injecting your child into a group setting to learn social skills. I do believe in that. But me and my brother tried to be a Boy Scout. My sister was a Girl Scout, sold the cookies, ate them all for free.
Love it.
And
that's all you need.
Yeah, I was like,
you had
know
it
what?
in.
I'm gonna go and learn how to beatbox and break dance. That was more important and more exciting to me than making a fire from flint.
And that's what, it worked out, Pit Crew.
Right.
It worked out.
And now my underwear on TV. Thank you.
I don't know. When I'm watching Naked and Afraid, did I watch that on Discovery Channel? I watch Naked and Afraid, and I'm like, you know, sometimes I do wish I had those skills, but I'm Jewish. We wandered in the desert for long enough. Now I'll go stay at the Hilton.